What's up, everyone? Daniel Rodriguez here, aka Big D. It's time to review another movie. This time it is the 2014 movie which starred Denzel Washington. Surprisingly, he hasn't come out in much since then. I bet he's busy right now, but this has Denzel Washington, Chloe Grace Moretz, I guess. I always got Chloe Grace Moretz, but Moretz, I guess, is her name. I guess I've been saying it wrong for the past 5 years. But it has her, and basically that's all you need to know, man. Denzel Washington in here, his great comeback. I wouldn't say comeback because he's been around. I mean, he hasn't been gone forever, but seriously, this is a non-spoiler review, guys, for the movie that I finally got to see, and it's been almost a year since this has been released. I believe it came out in September. This is technically the John Wick before the John Wick. Well, let's see who did it better. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my non-spoiler review again for the Equalizer. Alright, I hope everyone's having a great day, and I hope you're going to have a great month. It's the end of August here. Hope you have a great September and the rest of the year. And let's do it, baby. Let's do it. First off, I'm going to get started with the pros. Let's get started with the main actor, Denzel Washington, dude. He is awesome in this movie. This movie, I just want to say, is not meant to be taken seriously. It's an action movie. It strictly just wants to be a man. I'm not going to spoil much because, you know, we'll see whether or not this movie should be worth watching. But Denzel Washington, the way he acts out and the way that he portrays his character is believable, and it's a badass way. Every scene that Denzel Washington is in, you're interested in seeing what he's going to do next. The action in here is awesome. Those are really the only reason. I'm still have a few more pros, but those are really the only reasons why I should even see this movie is because of the action. The action is what keeps you going through this movie, and Denzel, or else you just fall asleep. Because the way that the gun action is, and the hand-to-hand combat, the way that Denzel Washington sees his way through the world, he sees like 30 seconds. And then he grabs the knife, and he just does a bunch of moves, and he sees everything before, you know, he makes his move. So that's really cool. It's like he freezes down time. He does it in real life, but, you know, and it's like a game. You like select A, grab the knife or gun, knife, and he goes at it, man. I love it. Chloe Grace Moretz, she was awesome in here. She doesn't have much of a role, like maybe, you know, I don't know, less than 15 minutes of screen time. And the way she plays her character, man, she's over 18 now, but I don't know if she was 18 at the time of filming this. She wasn't 18, but she was playing like a hooker type of woman, type of prostitute, and I was thinking to myself, wow, like, hit girl to this. I mean, she's jumping a wide variety, like, there's many things you could do when you go to being a hooker and a prostitute, and the way she played it off, man, was very realistic in a sort of way, and the way that she did her movement and her you know, you have bosses and pimps and everything, which is, you know, not a good thing, but just the way that she did it, and the way that she looked scared, and then she, you know, she's just being the character she was meant to be, you know, in the movie, the way it was written. I think what she was given, she did it very well. So I think she should have been a bigger presence in the movie. That's one of the cons. I'll get to that in a minute. But Chloe Grace Moretz herself, her acting in the movie, I think she was totally fine. She was great, you know, and I have no problem with her. I think she's a really cool girl. She's really cute, and I like to feel me a little bit of Chloe Grace Moretz. So, sue me. Now, the villain in this movie, man, of the Equalizer. I do not know the actor's name, nor I do not know. I guess you don't really pay attention to his name himself, but the villain in here, of course, he has the tattoos and everything, and he fights, and he's a badass, and, you know, going toe to toe with Denzel, and just there's one scene with the villain where I'm just gonna say he beats down a guy and he doesn't stop, and it's literally where your mouth is wide open, and it's a shock thing. And the villain he's well acted, and he's very creepy, and you're scared for Denzel, and you want to see hand-to-hand combat, but it goes down differently, of course. The final battle. The final battle in here takes place in a Home Depot. I'm not going to say anything else, but it takes place like in this warehouse, Home Depot store, and it goes on for quite a while. This is a long final battle, and the way that he sets up traps, Denzel Washington's character sets up traps and everything, and it like and like he sets tripwires and everything. That's really crazy, really cool, and it does make sense because he is the Equalizer. He knows how to do things, man. Certain things that you don't know how to do, or I don't know how to do, and basically the whole world doesn't know how to do. So that was really awesome. I was really impressed by the final battle. I think it was well directed. I think this movie is well directed overall. Nothing like, oh my god, best directing of the year or anything, but you know, it was well done for the movie. It did, because there are a few cool shots in here of the rain, and it slows down the rain, and Denzel Washington walking out with a gun. I mean, that's just a signature shot of the movie itself, so I do enjoy that a lot. Now to the cons, really. The only cons, really, Chloe Grace Moretz is gone most of the movie. Like, again, she only has like 15 minutes of screen time, less than that. And, you know, this movie's like, I may be wrong, but I felt like it was 2 hours. I think it was 2 hours, I'm not sure. Maybe an hour and 40 minutes, but I believe 2 hours. And I just wish she had a bigger presence. That's just me, personally. I think that her character, he could have had a bigger thing, because basically, when you think about it, Denzel Washington got him back into the business because of her. So, you know. Either way, Denzel Washington's a badass, and I'm not a big fan of the story itself. I like the character, the two main characters, Chloe Grace Moretz and Denzel Washington, but the story itself as a whole and the subplots, there's a lot of subplots in here that really are not, they're interesting to a point, but you really, at the end of the movie, you're kind of like, I just care about Denzel Washington and the action, man, overall, you know? So is this movie the best movie of the year or anything? No, but it's just an enjoyable movie. I personally, I saw it to see the action and Denzel Washington, and that's basically what you need to see it for. If you're planning on seeing this movie, if it's worth watching, yes it is. Of course it's already on DVD and everything, but Denzel Washington and the action are the only two main reasons why you should even see this movie. And maybe just Chloe Grace Moretz, just the way she acts and everything, just to see her acting go a little bit more bigger range. Overall, I'm going to give The Equalizer a B-, which is an 8.10 out of a 10. I thought it was a really good movie, on the verge of okay, but it was good overall. Glad I didn't see it in theaters. I'm glad I waited for a DVD rental, you know, just got off Netflix. And it was pretty good overall. I enjoyed it. But John Wick is still a better movie. I'm going to say it. Which, if I had it right here, I do. Sorry to promote another movie, but John Wick is a better movie. Keanu Reeves is a likable more guy. I love Denzel Washington, but this movie, better action, better directing. But still, see The Equalizer. Still see it, man. The Equalizer is still really awesome. So I'm not trying to dog The Equalizer. B- overall, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Comment down below. Let me know what did you think about The Equalizer, if you've seen it or if you want to see it now. The spot be with you always. How's it going, everyone? I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to also check out my other videos. I do TV show reviews, movie reviews. I do also game reviews and game unboxings, movie unboxings. I do a movie podcast, a superhero podcast, much more. So go ahead and check out the channel. Thanks for watching again. See you all next time.